Chad Ryland will have the honor of getting us started. We're underway from Seattle. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So first down from the 41. Walker gets it for the first time. He's able to stay on his feet through that run. At least until the tackle stops. He picked up close to 4. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. It's him on a quick hitter. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Textbook pitch route. Stand him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play with a reliable source of yardage.
Hiking 18.
3rd and 2, McCarthy. And then he's his running back, Walker. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Manages a gain of 3 there. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Looking this fullback now. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
You want to know why we see so many gray hairs, Kate, on these team coordinators we meet with? It's plays like that. These team coordinators hate quarterbacks that can escape the pocket, escape the blitz, and make you pay with completions.
This is Walker on 2nd. They're going to keep moving forward, Bob, down inside the opposing 30.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Toss play. This is Walker. The managers found a little traction on that search field. He fights forward for a couple. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, in that case of toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
He doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series. He's the one driving it.
And this opening drive shows a 4th down. It's incomplete. Defender there to knock it away.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate to use one hand and not 2 hands. When they started that drive, Kate, 3 points, it feels like the minimum they expected. But I know this. Goal scoring leads like a lot
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. He's going to field this at the 2. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchdown. Gets at the 25-yard line. The Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now this is Trey Benson. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. John over in there. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the set.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Keep that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
And he drives this into the pouring rain. Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy to throw. He has one on the sideline, but got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. He got 2nd down.
I love this game from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get, it's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And a new set of downs.
That's good.
From the 40-yard line now. This is 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now an inside kick to Logan. He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. Nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, McCarthy escapes the pocket. He's getting close, and they take him down. That pushes him back. Third down. Coming up.
This guy he really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
Cardinals going nickel here on 3rd.
60 Maverick.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
And he was telling us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
4th down punt from the Seahawks. And that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
This our last play of the quarter.
Here we go. Go.
And off to Benson to start the drive. And he'll get him a handful on that run as we've reached the end of the 1st. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. The Seahawks with an early lead. More from Lumen Field in just a minute.
Okay, ready?
Getting ready now for the 2nd quarter. It's Cardinals football. They're looking at 2nd and pretty short. Off the play fake, he'll throw. And back-to-back passes that should have been intercepted. 2 great chances to take it away. Both of them dropped, Brock, and now they stay out there for 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. Go.
They're trying to run for it with Benson. And the run will not work. He is stopped at the line. This is going to be 4th and short.
I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
They'll punch it away again. Blake Gillikin coming back to the field. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. And now down this one, a little shy of the 40. That right there might just earn him a one-way ticket to his coach's doghouse. He interfered with a fair catch, and that gives this offense a free 15-yard boost heading on the field.
Let's go now.
First and 10. It's McCarthy. Pass brought in. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd and that play.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. No look on his first look of the game. It's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
Brings up 3rd down
territory index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, the call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Escapes the pocket. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talking about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of Fowler in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover. Wisely, throwing it away.
It's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sign of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
60. Go.
No throw, third and long. And that one's too far in front of him, so they're facing fourth down.
Intended for number 16.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Jason Sanders on for the field goal. This is a 48-yard look for him. Sanders sends it through. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
One of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good, to get into that rhythm, and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Now is Dixon to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. He gets popped quickly there. That's not a nice feeling. Oh, a nice run down.
That's the case, whether overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is the worst case. Instead, coverage team sticks it with a really long field ahead.
Benson on 1st and 10. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
That's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. And it leads to some shuffling around here in the playbook. It's a aggressive call on second.
Going on second. That's too far front, and it's not going to be caught. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it'll be third down.
Jair Brown on the coverage.
To the air on third and long. This is a heater going deep. Challenges double coverage, and it's intercepted. And Brown has it.
The third down pass. Intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. There's a walk on the check down. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. A pickup of 12 on that play. That gives the Seahawks the first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
They've got first down here from the 36.
Here we go.
Looking at throw. McCarthy. On him quick there, and they bring him to the toe. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
One of the biggest adjustments for quarterbacks going from the collegiate level to the NFL is the blitz package. Each and every practice leading up to a game time, you are spending so much time as a QB, as an offensive group, and as that O-line trying to figure out a way to stop these blitzes. That time, the offense, the O-line, the QB, knows the answer for that defense.
Number 16.
Not much scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Seahawks with the lead here at Lumen. 3rd and 3.
Set. Ready.
McCarthy throwing here. Forced back to his right. This is Walker. And they stop him. He's marked down on that 18-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
Do you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop? We're playing the same guessing game that defenses are on those kind of plays. Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job finding that out.
60 by 6. Let's go.
There's McCarthy on 1st and 10. Dump-off caught by his back. And this one doesn't go far.
I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But when the veteran QBs say, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke. Take your pocket. Go get a completion or the premium in this league.
9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Go. Let's go.
Rolling again now, McCarthy. Into the end zone, and someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end
Thought
zone.
he had a touchdown there. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Kate, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man,
Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
3rd and goal for McCarthy. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands. And now it's 4th down. So a bit stubborn there, Brock. They just kept throwing for it after pass fell incomplete. Now they've got 4th and goal.
Yeah, and you and I both know what's going to happen when these old linemen run off the sidelines. Big fellas.
That's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks went back to their lead at the end of the half. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball. Everyone. When you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play.
60 by 6. Cup 19. Cup 19. 19 Lions. Ready.
Another throw here for McCarthy. Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion.
Maybe some second guessing of that play after the miss. I think it was just an instant of the defense guessing the call correctly and right on the spot.
So they didn't call on him following the touchdown, but they do call on him here as he sends this away. Return coming from the 6. Making some progress here. Now Barnum not just as he gets it to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's going to be 2nd down. Back to throw it. It's everything he has under this one. A little bit of good completion block is now for that hurling defender. He knocked it away. It sets up 3rd down.
Just kind of one of those moments sitting up here in the booth where you're like, man, if they're going to find a way to get the first points, somebody's got to step up. Just have not been able to find even
He's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how the first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Dixon to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. This makes it up to the 25.
Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. First down, play action. Look at that power, deep left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
It's now second and 10.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. And he's got a decent game before being brought down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, total ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Shotgun now on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
I'll try and run with Benson. And he'll stay upright through this rain. Not through that hit. He's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up second and
Hey, that's a run that's whole home on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door. Bigger gap in the future.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Just leaves incomplete. Working across the middle block, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers to talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that pass through contact, and you couldn't do it.
Cardinals out for the punt. Blake Gillikin will kick it away. And there won't be a return on this one. It's out of bounds, and the ball looks to be at about the 16-yard line.
their own 16-yard line.
Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10.
Cowboy!
Now it's McCarthy. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
It leads to second and 10.
Ready up!
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
18, come on!
Operating from the gun. It's McCarthy. Buys time over right. That's his running back. And he's got a bunch here out past the 25 before somebody gets to him. He's back to a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Good for a Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
McCarthy looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that run ball's incomplete.
That's when you chalk up to the pressure, earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
60
Back to the air, McCarthy. On the move, headed right. Complete back to the right side. He's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive it out right near that 40-yard line. First down from the 42.
42-yard line.
Bronco switch, Bronco switch. David, take off.
Running left, it's Walker on the toes. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down.
The tackle made back
Man,
at
some of these
the
linebackers are so
39-yard line.
impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline.
Into enemy territory and a yard at most from the reverse. That brings up third down.
You know, they really love that Drake because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards because someone tracks him down.
It's another quick hitter. And he's taken down at the 30. They get 19 on that pickup. And
and 10 at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Too good.
On a shotgun, McCarthy. It's cut apart. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
14 more yards.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and the quarterback will find you again.
Cougar, go!
Play action. It's McCarthy. Hands of his running back, Walker. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're in first and goal.
That's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space in the right area to work.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
Set. Bronco 80. Ready.
Walker. Reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks push their lead further to start the half. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Jason Sanders to try the extra point. Weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. The Seahawks score by 19.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. Decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
Cardinals into formation. It's first and 10.
Let's go. Let's go.
In this drive with Benson. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break across midfield. 18 yards out of the pocket. It gets him a first down. One play in, and they are already close to midfield.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Going to the ground, and on through it. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be second down.
When you see the term read and react in a little video in the football dictionary, that's it.
First down run, netted to nothing. Here is second and 10.
Here we go.
He's dropping back to throw.
Some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid, let him run.
And it's no good. He missed the extra point. Rain, slick conditions, maybe making their presence felt as they fail to add another point on.
Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
So after the missed extra point, he is still out there, and he's going to put it back in play. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. First and 10. He'll stay away through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled up for about a 1-yard gain. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up second and 8.
Second and 8.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical as Lodo wants a 3-and-out.
So a pass Bryant. He's going to have this down at the 42-yard line. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
Good offenses. Good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space. If you can make that initial play comfortably, then go to work.
So a pass by his tight end. Lead at the 10, first and goal to 9.
One of my favorite adjectives. I don't know why. It just sounds good out of the lips. shredding, Kate.
Seahawks.
Shredding the slopes.
First down.
Or dudes shredding the defense just like that.
10-yard line.
Goes out of the pocket quick. Right side, hauled in by Harrison. And he's hit and sent out right along that line of scrimmage. So no gain on first down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Set. Six. Ready.
No run. First gives his action with it. And rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Now we get you a very interesting call on third down. Kind of a crescendo to this drive. Can the defense rise up knowing there is no margin for error? Just a single yard to go.
Go. Smash. Smash. Six. Go.
Third down. They go Chavez. And he's not going to get in. Another stand defensively. And they've made it 4th and goal. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from the defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
That play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on down.
Turnover on down.
Certainly looking for that nail in the coffin, the knockout punch, a touchdown, and 3-possession lead that could put this one out of reach. It's a luxury they could afford to take in that spot. Broke himself up for the Kate. It's never over.
And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
I think I hear the warning sirens. You hear them, Kate? I think they just got quiet. Because that run right there gave him enough room from the goal line where you should feel comfortable doing anything in your playbook.
Downfield, and he's got it. And this play reaches the 35 before he comes to an end. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down.
Let's go. First down.
Pass play now. This time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away. So he goes down. 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Looking to throw. There's another pressure. He goes down. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
14 on the play.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate. And I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Running back sent in motion. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He goes down again.
All right, I'm to the point of the game, Kate. Now, we got to get the ball out of our hands. He is just taking a beating all game long. And on this drive, yet again, find a way to protect, find a way to run, and get the ball out of his hands.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. Trying to push deep downfield. And that's probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks will take over here as he records his first interception of our season.
Turnover on down.
The moment you see them look to pass from this close to their own goal line, Brock, it is that defense's goal. To hurry him and force a mistake just like that.
Yeah, those guys, they're so sneaky on the back end, Kate. They know the clock is being sped up. They know that the quarterback can feel those footsteps and thinking about his safety. And those defenders just wait for that.
To catch him outside the pocket.
Go ahead and take a bow. Every one of you dudes in coverage on that play because that is your side. That field was flooded with receivers, Kate. Didn't matter. For them to hold on that long, stay that sticky to those receivers, that is one heck of a job.
So let's read on that throw. That ball's incomplete ahead of the target.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. Got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Someone can force him out. Seattle going to call his 2nd
dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive jump. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Ready?
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone.
19, 18. Check go.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Doesn't work it out. They're able to take it. They're going to be forced to regroup a bit in the 2nd down.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
Come on.
They're going to pass it here. An all-around tough play for him. Took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Here we go.
Going long for him here. Looking right, and he finds it. And that tackle stops him after a solid game. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Sanders sends it through. And that'll give him a 16-point advantage.
Makes the score.
That kid throws a little block up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game. It really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. You know those odds? They're getting pretty long.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. As this at the 6. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Hands off to Benson from the gun. Rob Fry, first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Cardinals in a hurry up now, racing the clock as they work to get set. Gun snap, go throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And now throwing their last gas. It's intercepted. Daniel Brown has it. And the Seahawks get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
Well, we're watching the defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it. That's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
Let's go.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. He's out of bounds, and that's all. He's going to stop Brock, but it's not going to matter. They've got the 1st down. This game is over.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
70 Rangers. 70. Here we go.
In the red zone now. Chased out to his right.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, even though you cover, you're still going to cover down to go chase that QB out of bounds, or he can get the 1st down.
Okay, ready?
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1.
Ready?
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
In the end zone.
That throw doesn't lead to 6. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal.
Playing zone coverage in the NFL, we focus so much on the safeties and corners, but so many times it's the linebackers that are the X factors.
Ready?
They make that zone defense go. Tremendous awareness to knock that ball away.
Go.
3rd and goal from McCarthy. Flushed out of the pocket. And it's incomplete on 3rd goal. So several thousand 12 men and women cheering as the Seahawks win at home. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep.